Welcome to the latest installment of Stop Funding Israel's Steve Johnson interviews. And in this recording, here we go as we interview Mr. Ozboy1717, the researcher from the Ozboy Files. You can check out his website on ozboyfiles.com. And here's an interview with him just recently. In this one, we interview Ozboy1717. I hope you enjoy this just as much as I do. Mr. Ozboy, you've done a lot of research about the New World Order. Exactly how long have you been studying the Bin Laden tapes?
I've been studying the Bin Laden tapes ever since 2001, when the 11th September terrorist attack happened. That's when I first heard about them, but actually studying them, I'd say about 2003, when I first woke up and learnt that September 11th was an inside job, and there was more to it.
And the infamous confession video, what do you make of that one?
Oh, the fatty Bin Laden. Look, everybody's laughing at it, the whole world's laughing at it. Yeah, you have to be blind to not notice it's not Bin Laden. Line the fatty Bin Laden up against four or five other pictures of Bin Laden, and you can clearly see it's not Bin Laden. Also, if you look at the tape, he writes with a different hand. The last known photo of Bin Laden was taken in December 2001, and he was also very sick at the time. Now, if you look at the photo, clearly it shows that was on dialysis for kidney problems and everything, and he was close to death. Now, this other guy, he looks nothing like him, and he's as healthy as a rat. It was just, pure rubbish.
Well, Mr. Ozboy, you're quite a professional researcher there. In your opinion, do you think Mr. Bin Laden is dead?
We know that he's dead. I'll tell you why we know that he's dead. If I go back to September 11th, Bin Laden denied 4 times, which is what the mainstream media would never tell you. Even our gutless, weak Prime Minister in Australia and the media in Australia would never tell you that, Bin Laden denied 4 times that he had anything to do with September 11th attacks. Now, did the mainstream media tell anybody about this? I mean, all they've repeated that Bin Laden's guilty, Bin Laden's guilty. They've never repeated the other side of the story, that Bin Laden's denied it 4 times. Also, the last, I have to go back, I think it was November, but don't class me for 100% sure, but I think it was November 2001 was the last interview that he gave to a magazine. Now, he's never been seen since, so you tell me what's going on. That the man hasn't been heard of since 2001, November 2001, and hasn't given another interview to another magazine or any news organisation. I think that speaks for itself.
That being the case, who do you propose has been putting out all the Bin Laden videos and recordings?
As far as the research goes, and there's a lot to go here. All of these tapes, they're all old footage, CIA footage of Bin Laden, which the CIA has on record.
Mohan Makbala, Hala Bala, Halama Bakmana, Bakmana Snamakara. Akra pra pade makma ak nito kamak masmara pakamara basma kara balana basma barakna. To any English speaking infidels watching this, I just wanted to say that I'm still alive and it's very scary.
Now, apparently, somehow the Pentagon's got hold of them, and the Pentagon's been making new videos out of them, redigitising them, etc., etc. Then they hand them on to these Israeli or Jewish media companies, and that was the media companies that are releasing them. So you got these 2 Jewish companies, media companies, releasing the Bin Laden tapes, to the media. Well, where did they get them from? Where's some Jewish organised media company in New York or Washington getting at first-hand Bin Laden videotapes from Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda.
Are you talking about site intelligence?
Yeah, there's site intelligence and there's some other one. There's actually 2 or 3 of them. There's site and there's another one, and that's where the videos are coming from. They're all old footage of Bin Laden. The Pentagon's grabbed this footage and making it up into videos, etc., etc.
So what are your thoughts on Obama? Is he going to bring the change that Americans have been hoping for?
Look, Obama's working for the same people that Bush's used to work for. Bush and Cheney used to work for the international bankers, the military-industrial complex,
The CFR,
the corporations, the AIPAC, the Jewish lobby in Washington. There's a group of them that pull the strings behind the scenes. They weren't happy with Bush's plans. They weren't happy with Bush, the way how Bush was going about things. So all they did, they changed over to Obama and put all their money and efforts behind Obama because he's a deceiver. He's a better deceiver than what Bush is. Obama will, sweeten people up and talk to people and say, how lovely this is or whatever, and get people eating out of his hands, and he'll suck people in.
You're saying he knows the right words to say to sell people?
Well, let's take an ordinary Joe Average off the street. He's a total bum and loser. If we give him a haircut and a nice suit and everything like this, give him a few workout sessions at the gym and everything, put him through etiquette classes and teach him how to speak properly and everything like that, put a prompter in front of him and say, right, speak to the camera, you can turn any bum into anything you want. Now put some music in the background, playing music, God save America and God save this and all the bloody rest of it, a few American flags, and brass bands playing and all the rest of it, and cheering crowds, which are $10 a head, renter crowds, and you can turn anybody into a superhero, and that's all they've done for Obama. It was the slickest campaign out. It was just a PR campaign.
Well, Mr. Ozboy1717, got to say thank you very much for your time, thank you for your help, and thanks for a fantastic website, Ozboy Files. Check it out, ozboyfiles.com. It's online, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, ozboyfiles.com. Enjoy it.
Well, thanks very much for your time.
You're right.
And bye for now.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be back again in the series with another interview from yet another researcher. Stick with us right here. Stop Funding Israel. Thanks for listening into the video. Take care and bye for now.